Yeah, we're at the track covering the Sport of Kings. Coming up, he wasn't highly fancied coming off a 3-month layoff, but the 6-year-old Laban rocks the Reggae Month Trophy field at Jamaica's weekend feature. The Ash Wednesday Trophy and a predictable announcement for Jamaica's 2022 Horse of the Year. World-famous European jockey Frankie Dettori shows off his skills across the Atlantic in California, where he's spending the winter. And a look ahead to some major events in the Caribbean, you guessed it, Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago. Let's open the show from Jamaica.
6 starters in Saturday's Reggae Month Trophy feature at Caymanas Park with the speedy 5-horse God of Love, the favourite under champion jockey Dane Dawkins. There's the field for the 5-furlong straight course. Number 1, Laban at 7-1 odds. Curlin's Affair in the 2 boxes at 9-1. 2-1 the odds on both Duke, the 3-horse, and number 4, Lure of Lucy. God of Love is the 4-5 top choice. Here's Fran Rickman's race call.
They're off. The band comes out swiftly along with Curlin's Affair. Duke is right up there early, so too Lure of Lucy. God of Love in the red silks just in behind them, and Taurus Boy nearest to us, but they're right across the track and make their way now. They've covered the first furlong. Lure of Lucy may just have that overall lead. God of Love is on the premises. Taurus Boy the same. Toward the far side, Laban, Curlin's Affair, and with ground to make up, that's the Grey Duke. But they charge up now toward the final quarter. The battle at the moment, Lure of Lucy, Laban now beginning to come at them. God of Love is in a handy spot and it could be coming through eventually. Taurus Boys toward us as they drive inside the final quarter. Lure of Lucy and a God of Love and Laban, these three now away from the rest. Taurus Boy trying to close up with Curlin's Affair. Duke as usual will begin a late run, but it's Laban on the far side who holds the advantage. Lure of Lucy trying to rally. Laban driven to the max, holds the lead from Lure of Lucy. Duke coming late, but Laban gets there over Lure of Lucy.
Typically smooth in his finish, Anthony Thomas, the 4-time champion jockey, aces the Reggae Month Trophy aboard Richie Azan's Laban. Thomas's first win this for the month of February as he steers the 7-1 bet Laban to victory by 3/4 of a length over more fancied rivals, joint second favourites Lure of Lucy and Duke, closest at the finish. For his first outing since winning over 7 furlongs in November last year, Laban clocks 1 minute and 1/5 of a second for the 5-furlong straight course for the Hall of Fame trainer Richie Azan, who also part owns the 6-year-old. Another highlight of Saturday's card, win number 400 at Caymanas Park for jockey Robert Halladine. He had to work for it. Classically strong in a finish, the 34-year-old, as he displays here in the red cap aboard the 2-1 bet Rani Bangala on the outside.
Rani Bangala continuing to test. Hunza asked to run on with Adenosine. Rosa the Warrior in the red is out wide and over on the rail. It's Blue Sky. Travelers Lodge continues to fight Rani Bangala. These two eye to eye, and Rani Bangala now points. It's Rani Bangala beginning to edge away. Rani Bangala will beat Travelers Lodge.
Predominantly a hand right on the home stretch, one right hand crack near the finish, and Robert Halladine, they call him hardball, outguns the even money favourite Travelers Lodge for the win by a length and a quarter. 420 career wins this for Halladine, in addition to his 400 at Caymanas. You may remember he had 20 victories in the USA last year, riding at Thistledown and Mountaineer Park. Leading jockey Ryan Lewis's Mount Money Monster was a favourite for the midweek Ash Wednesday Trophy race, but would he be able to reel in this front-running 4-year-old Emperor of the Cats under apprentice Shavon Townsend? They're heading for the home stretch.
As they charge away now toward the final 3/8 of a mile. Emperor of the Cats bubbling along on that lead by some 2 lengths. Eagle One and a Nuclear Noon in hot pursuit. Money Monster and Big Daddy come next. The head cornerstone asked to make up a good deficit. Race car now revving up against the rail, but Emperor of the Cats stepping off the rail towards centre continues to lead them a merry dance. Money Monster is over against the rail, and here is Nuclear Noon and Eagle One now trying to cut into the lead, but Emperor of the Cats continues to hold them off with a furlong to run. Money Monster closing on the rail. Nuclear Noon needs to find 3 or more lengths. They're inside the final 16th. It is Emperor of the Cats, and Shavon Townsend is working overtime, and the busyness gets him there. Emperor of the Cats in the Ash Wednesday Trophy.
Already with the Mercury Sprint victory early February aboard Ridgeliner, apprentice Shavon Townsend has more success here with a 92 shot. Emperor of the Cats topping the favourite Money Monster by 3/4 of a length, clocking 1:19 and 1/5 for 6.5 furlongs in the Ash Wednesday Trophy. The 4-year-old gelding now with 6 wins and 14 lifetime starts for owner, trainer and breeder Carl Anderson. And before we leave Caymanas Park racing this awesome Jamaica Derby win in August, just one of the reasons why the filly Atomica was named this week Jamaica's 2022 Horse of the Year. The Oak Ridge Farms filly, trained by Gary Sabrati, also won the 1,000 Guineas, the Jamaica Cup, and the Portmore to top Mahogany for the Horse of the Year honour. Atomica was the season's #1 earner at 14.18 million Jamaican dollars. That's just under US 92,000. Another champion in the shot here, jockey Dane Dawkins aboard his first Derby win, also champion jockey and voted most improved rider of 2022.
Still in the Caribbean, we're getting closer to the early March Rich Sandilands Barbados Gold Cup, which will be shown live on SportsMax. And racing resumes this weekend at Trinidad and Tobago's Santa Rosa Park after a 1-month break.
The post position draw for the US $107,000 Sandilands Barbados Gold Cup on the 4th of March. Earlier Thursday, Mark Goodridge's Bodie Tap, who was the 2020 Gold Cup runner-up, is in the 7 box. Barbadian owner Sir David Seal, already with a record 8 Gold Cup victories, appears to have good draws for his pair of entries. Ireland-bred Brilliant News in the 6 box and multiple stakes winner in the USA, Renaissance Frolic in post position 8. There's recent Coolmore Home of Champions winner So Suave in post position 3. Ken Ramsey's Tallahatchie Bridge in the 5 box. Meanwhile, the Royal Colours Classic, run in honour of Trinidad and Tobago's 1982 Triple Crown winner, is the Santa Rosa Park main event on Saturday, with 5 3-year-old fillies entered, including the Glenn Mendez-trained Firecracker. The one horse who was a winner on debut back for her second outing. Champion trainer John O'Brien has 3 of the other starters. Number 2 Angry Bird, 3 in the headlines, and the 5 horse Blinding Lights.
Can't go without that Frankie Dettori story. The 52-year-old Italian giant, well, no jockey's a giant. Dettori at 5 feet 4 inches and about 120 pounds, but you know what I mean. Giant by way of his colossal achievements in the saddle. Says he's retiring later this year after almost 40 years in the saddle.
And the Europe-based riding stars in California this winter, reminding the Americans how good he is. 4 wins for him Saturday at Santa Anita Park, including the $100,000 Wishing Well Stakes. Gate to wire, Dettori with well over 500 stakes wins all over the world in the white cap aboard the second longest shot in the field, Freedom Flyer.
Freedom Flyer, narrow advantage with a 1/4 mile to run. On the outside, Bay Storm. In between them, Stella Noir, Countess Rosina. Center of the course, Big Summer is coming alive. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go. And it's still Freedom Flyer clinging to the lead. On the outside, Big Summer is bearing down. And Bay Storm in between them. A driving finish in the Wishing Well. Outside, Big Summer and Freedom Flyer. Freedom Flyer fought them all off.
She very game and yeah, I mean, I was eager for the winning post to come. They were coming from every direction and we managed to hold on.
There's no jockey like him. Personality, gifted and endearing. Frankie Dettori, 5 stakes wins already since arriving in California in late December. Freedom Flyer at 7-1 odds by a neck over Joe Bravo aboard the 9-5 favourite Big Summer, with 2-1 bet Bay Storm under Woodbine's reigning champion jockey in Canada, Kazushi Kimura, 3rd. 1:12:34 the winning time for the 6.5 furlong sprint on turf.
We've been at the track, covering top stories and exciting races in the Sport of Kings. Hope you're ready for our next edition, reviewing the Rich Saudi Cup, which will be live on SportsMax on Saturday afternoon, and also previewing the Sandilands Barbados Gold Cup on the 4th of March, which will also be live on SportsMax. So check us out then.